Bermuda Triangle, or commonly known as the Devil's Triangle, found in North Atlantic Ocean. It is found between the coasts of Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda Island. More than 50 ships and 20 aircrafts, together with all its crew, disappeared mysteriously. This had been already happening as early as 1492 during the first travel of Christopher Columbus to North Atlantic. He saw stars moving around the sky. He saw a candle moving up and down. He saw a disc-shaped light coming from water going up. Some investigators in the modern times speculate that Christopher saw a UFO. Here are some incidents of aircrafts and ships. USS Cyclops, the biggest ship in the U.S. Navy, with a cargo of tons of manganese used for steel making, left Brazil heading to Baltimore, Maryland. They made an unplanned stop in the island of Barbados, located in West Indies, because the water level was over the plimsoll line, the hull of the ship which meets the water surface. But before they left Brazil, in the investigation, it was reported that the ship was loaded properly. In March 4, 1918, the ship disappeared together with its 309 crew without any trace. The cause of the ship's loss is unknown. This is the largest life loss in the history of U.S. Navy. Flight 19. As a routine navigational training, 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bomber, 3 in each aircraft and only 1 aircraft with 2 persons, flew from the U.S. Naval Air Station in Florida. The route was planned going to the east, north, to Grand Bahama Island, then back to the base. The flight's leader is Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor, who just came from the Naval Air Station in Miami, is an experienced pilot and had completed combat tours in World War II's Pacific Theater. Flying to the east went smooth. The bombs were dropped with no issues. When they headed to the north, Lieutenant Taylor's compass malfunctioned. The planes following him have gone into the wrong direction. He didn't know where he was. On the radio, they heard his voice anxious and confused. He said that he is in the Keys, but not sure how far down. Taylor just arrived from Miami. He might have gotten confused of the Bahamas Islands and Keys. Suddenly, they heard a different voice. It was another pilot. They don't know where they are. They are completely lost. Flight 19, with a total of 14 men, disappeared on December 5, 1945. Investigators regarded the cause of the incident as mechanical error that led them to lose fuel. The search and rescue was sent within minutes of the incident. They searched more than 250,000 square miles. No debris, body, oil leakage, no any signs were found. Another rescue was sent. This is the PBM Mariner, with a 13-man crew also disappeared. A tanker in Florida reported about an explosion was seen with oil spills. Witchcraft 1967. On December 22, Dan Burak is a Miami hotel owner. He invited his friend, a priest named Patrick Hogan, in his cabin cruiser named Witchcraft. They went 1 mile off the coast to see the Christmas lights from the shore. All of a sudden, a minor problem happened to the boat. He called the Coast Guard for help. The propeller had struck something underwater. He did not seem too alarmed and did not sound that it was an emergency. Otherwise, he would then send a flare so they would be easily located. The Coast Guards arrived but they found none of them. The boat, Dan, and Patrick. The following days, they searched hundreds of square miles in the ocean. They never found the boat and the 2 passengers. Ellen Austin. In 1881, the ship Ellen Austin was passing Bermuda Triangle on its way from London to New York when the captain saw an unidentified ship sailing. They tried to communicate with it for 2 days, but there was no response. Captain Bake sent his crew to the ship. There was no one on board, but they found supplies, foods, and cargo of mahogany that were still in good condition. Through the guides of his crew, he decided to sail together with the ship and bring it to the shore in New York. A storm came and both the ships got separated. It was lost, and also his crew. After a few days, through the captain's telescope, he found it, and for the second time, he sent his crew again, and they disappeared also. SS Marine Sulphur Queen is a T2 tanker converted to carry molten sulfur. On February 4, 1963, the last radio message from a crewman was heard telling the position of the ship. On February 6, the disappearance of the ship, together with its 39 crewmen, near southern coast of Florida was confirmed. After 19 days, the search operation was stopped after finding life preservers and some debris. No signs or evidence from the ship, and the 39 men were found except some debris which made it to the list of Bermuda Triangle incidents. Mary Celeste. She was found still seaworthy but abandoned in Atlantic Ocean in Azores Island on December 4, 1872. She left New York City for Genoa in November. 10 days earlier, they found the last entry in her log. The cargo of alcohol and the captain's and the crew's belongings were still intact. Only the lifeboat was found missing. In 2017, the Turkish Airlines flight TK-183 from Istanbul, Turkey to Havana, Cuba had to change their route to Washington, USA due to some electrical and mechanical problems that happened over Bermuda Triangle. They landed safely in Washington. Another story of a pilot named Bruce Gernon. He didn't believe about teleportation, but what he experienced in Bermuda Triangle made him conclude that it does exist. Beechcraft Bonanza is a single aircraft engine that he used for flying together with his business partner and father from the Bahamas to Florida. He did a lot of journeys between these two places, but on December 4, 1970, is a journey that he will never forget. On his way, he entered a cloud and was able to get over it. There was another black cloud that appeared on his way, which he also entered, but this time, he knew that his life was going to end. While he was passing this endless cloud, he finally saw a light at the end of the tunnel. He had no more control of the aircraft. Its equipment had gone wrong and was already malfunctioning. The aircraft was moving due to another force. He was able to come out and escape the clouds. He immediately contacted the ground controls because he wanted to know where he is, but they could not send him his exact location. It was not showing in their radar. In his surprise, he reached Miami, Florida in just 45 minutes instead of 1.5 hours. How did he reach Miami in just a short period of time? This gave him a lot of questions and confusions, which made him to consult aircraft specialists. This made him write a documentary in his book, Beyond the Bermuda Triangle. Researchers say ocean produces waves that can reach up to 30 meters high that can make a ship sink. Another is this part of the ocean produces high density of methane that can make an opening of the seabed and suck the ships or boats. This methane could also be the reason of the aircraft's engines and their compasses malfunction. What do you think would be the cause of the ships and planes vanishing? Could it be alien abduction? A portal to another dimension? Have the researchers cracked the code of this phenomenon? Whatever the cause is, it will always remain a mystery. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.